I wanted us to have a Jewel intro. What do you got, Jewel? Say the funniest thing ever.
I just want to get some basic Amazon balls and go play golf in the fall. That's all I got.
Yeah. So I think that is definitely on the trick side of trick or treat. But welcome to Halloween, guys. Let's do this in 5, 4, 3.
That lettuce, that lettuce. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. That lettuce, that lettuce, focused all on the check. Yeah, all I want is lettuce. Yeah, just give me the lettuce. Yeah, just give me the lettuce.
Let us heads, we are back with a spooky edition of Please Let Us Golf, the podcast. Today you got Goldie, you got Jewel, you got Golfberg. How we
What
doing
up?
today, gentlemen?
Oh, speaking of moving forward, when you say my name, I want you to like pause and give me a moment to be like, "Yo,
Okay.
what up?"
Okay, I'll say Golfberg, and then you get in, and
And,
then Jewel, you get in.
and
Okay,
then
I
I go,
like it.
"What up?" Yeah,
What up?
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like the Tonight Show. He needs to walk through the curtains.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we,
Let us
we we need a big opener,
let us
and
walk through, bro.
like the guys who pride themselves on being creative in the golf space, what is more creative than coming back with a Halloween theme episode for the week of Halloween? Well, I look,
Nothing.
spoiler alert, it's going to be fun. It's one of our favorites. It's going to have a lot of random golf questions, debates, some that came in from the Cabbage Patch. The Lettuce Heads submitted a couple questions, but I'm going to make them a little Halloween themed, in the scary, the spooky, the mystery out there on the course. But it's going to be a good one. This is breaking the fourth wall. I'm recording this at the end, but I'm putting it up back at the beginning. Forgot to do a plug for none other than pleaseletusgolf.com. That is where you can go to Please Let Us Golf, the shop. We are fully restocked as of this week. So when you're listening to this Halloween week, I'm going to be doing a special promo. So if you're listening to this, use promo code spooky. You're going to get a massive discount. You're going to get potentially free shipping and some free goodies that are going to come out of it. I'm going to run it for a few days around Halloween. And if you're a listener to the podcast, we do appreciate it. And we're fortunate that we were able to do some restocking on the t-shirts everyone liked, and then some of the top selling hats. So please go check out Please Let Us Golf.com, the shop, promo code spooky, SPOOKY. It's spooky season, baby. Let's do a couple icebreakers. Breaking news. Good is sponsoring a PGA Tour event in November 2026 called, believe it or not, the Good Championship. Maybe we could help them on rebranding some of that. Do we have any feelings? When you heard the news, what was the first thought, Jewel?
First thought was that, hey, good for them. Like, congrats. I've been to this place. I haven't played the course. I've eaten at Bob's
It's
Steakhouse
at
there,
the
and
it's at the Omni Barton Creek in Austin, Texas, right? Is that it? Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's out in the hill country of Austin. So it's a really pretty landscape. It's a great resort. Think of like the JW Marriott in San Antonio, where they host the TPC San Antonio every year. Similar style setup, but the steakhouse is fantastic. Um, did y'all watch the video of them announcing this?
I saw enough clips of it. It was a
Mm-mm.
It
little
was a
much for
tough
me.
watch, and it was hard for me because I wanna be happy for them. You know what I mean? Like, this is pretty cool that they got to sponsor a PGA golf
Um,
tournament. I think maybe our blaming should go somewhere else, you know?
what okay.
To the gatekeepers that kind of allowed this.
Exactly, allowed
Yeah.
it. Exactly. And, my biggest issue with the whole thing, other than I wanna just state again, happy for those guys. That's great. They're paving the way for people to do this kinda stuff, but why are they getting 2 exemptions? 2 sponsorship exemptions taken away from regular PGA Tour golfers that are trying to make the cut and,
So
stay on the line there?
I'll holster my thoughts on that. Aaron, what do you got?
You're saying they exemptions to give them to themselves, like
Yeah.
to creators? Because I thought, like, yeah, if like mobile sponsors or whoever, they can like decide that one of their guys, even though he's not playing well, can be in the tournament. But this is going to actually allow non-pros. Is that what we're saying?
Well,
2 of the guys are playing.
yeah. I
That's
so
interesting.
I didn't. And so, full disclosure, outside of seeing the announcement, my question was going to be, I was curious of how that was going to work, because I'm kind of on the fence. On one hand, I rolled my eyes when I heard it. But on the other hand, it's like PGA Tour does sponsorship carousel for events that make no sense whatsoever. And I guess like the Good Championship in November makes more sense than just some random corporate nonsense. At least they're a golf entity. But I might be in the minority here. If they're all not playing in the event, I'm kind of out on it. I want all of them to play in the event as actual participants. So I don't feel like it's November. Okay, you could say they're taking away a spot, but if we're going all in on good, okay, the 24-year-old YouTubers are hosting or they're the corporate sponsor of a PGA Tour event. Throw their ass in it. At least that's I would watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't you think they missed an opportunity though? Like they could have done a battle for one sponsorship exemption for them and done a YouTube event around it, and all the good guys played a qualifier.
They might it still might do something like that. I mean, they probably should do. Yeah, I mean, they own the event. Honestly, they should be able to do whatever they want. Now, Aaron, okay, for the listening audience, Mr. Golfberg has some very, very peculiar facial expressions going on.
I'm feeling a little like old man, get off my lawn kind of thing. And not because the guys are great and they're doing their thing, but they fucking came out of nowhere. I mean, how long have they even been around? Like 3 years, 4 years?
I mean, they've been huge for 3 years, but I guess probably, yeah, like a little 4.5
It's like
years.
crypto.com sponsoring arenas. It's just these entities come out of fucking nowhere. And have they really earned it? And so do they really have staying power? Do they really know what the hell they're doing? I mean,
Yeah. I would like to see how these books work. Like, are they a real sponsor or are they just like, did they just loan their name out to this and it's some kind of like, because I feel like sponsoring a PGA Tour event, even the off season, it's a massive bill. That's why the PGA Tour hemorrhaged a bunch of sponsors the last couple of years. So I'll be curious of how this rolls out. Especially, it's like November 2026. It seems like it's a lot can happen. Good could break up between now and November 2026. But
absolutely.
Yeah, but seriously, good for them. I mean, they got a 3-year contract with this through
yeah,
28. I mean, that's pretty cool.
that's a
So
big
staying
commitment. That's a big
power or
deal.
not, that's 3 years, and it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, no, good on them. So, we'll end on a positive note. Positive Jewel. We'll be nice guys. But you know what broke the internet this week? I don't want to rehash all of it, but Bryson and Steph on the Break 50 video. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty interesting video, and Steph played at least half the time some pretty high level. I mean, he's a real deal. You knew he's a plus handicap.
You know how we like to break the fourth wall. We just had some Firefox technical difficulties.
Keep going. No, tell him.
We know we're supposed to be using Chrome.
Jules using
Internet
Firefox
Explorer, on his Amazon's Basics laptop that he just got in last night with his free sleeve of golf balls.
Let's pick up that conversation though. So Steph and Bryson broke the internet. Shows, I think the last thing I said before the technical difficulties was it shows how elite athletes, how good they can be at things. But it really was. I mean, they shot 49. I know they're playing an up. It's funny. My wife, she was like kind of checked in because she saw like it was all over everybody's algorithm, and I had it on for a minute, and she was like, "Where are they hitting from?" And I was like, "They're playing an up tee. You're being critical of Bryson and Steph playing the
good for her to notice."
But I did want to bring this up not only just to say like, yeah, it was cool. I don't know if you guys saw the advert for Sportsbox AI's partnership with Bryson and Google. Whether you like this or not, there's like a crazy movement they're working on and partnering with Bryson on all things like digitizing and making an artificial intelligence golf coach. I was fascinated by this because I'm kind of fascinated by all things AI. And just spoiler alert, I reached out to the CEO. I think we're going to have the Sportsbox folks on the podcast very soon to deep dive this topic. So I don't want to derail a lot up front other than say, it looks from a technological standpoint like extremely interesting, but also with everything else going on in AI, I think this is the time to like really peel that one back.
No, that's crazy because I'm actually going as an AI sports box golf coach for Halloween. And now, yeah, that's my costume. And now we're having them on. That's just really cool.
Dude, you're just going to walk up to everybody and be like, you just analyze their walking pattern up to the trick or treat. And this is what they're doing. They had a little flexion when they're holding their Halloween basket. It's just not going to work.
It's exactly what I'm going to do.
And you brought up Amazon Basics, and Jewel, I think even in our intro you mentioned Amazon. So first they announced I guess they're taking over the some of the streaming coverage of the Masters, and now here a month later, they got Amazon golf balls coming out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, if you show up to the course with an Amazon Basic golf ball, there's like a 0% chance I'm gonna play golf with you, unless Amazon's listening, in which we'd be happy to take some Amazon dollars to promote your basic golf balls. But any thoughts, guys, on Amazon being in the golf equipment space?
Does anyone give a shit about the integrity of the game anymore, or style, or just pride? I mean,
Dude, the
I was
line on the balls, that it's just
It's
like their
so
only logo is
thick.
the prime line.
but no, it's really good for breaking putts. I wish Adam was on so we could have him. He would love that. So if you got it right to left, you just set it up so the arrow goes pew, and then
Like,
you just follow the line of the friggin' ball.
that's actually not the dumbest thing ever. There might be something to that. Like logically, just kind of just hook it or cut the putt a little bit. Or maybe even off the tee. Think you got like a dog leg left and you don't like drawing the ball. You're just like, my swing, I'm going to swing down my foot line or whatever. It's like, no, swing down the fucking ball path.
You
dude.
swing down
Like,
that ball path.
Here's the pattern.
here's
So true story though. Recently, like especially in the PNW during the winter, you have to think about the golf ball you're playing because you will hit balls in the fairway and lose them. It's just a fact. They just get plugged like a foot under the ground. So it's like, how do you got to dial back from Pro Vs, from your TP5s, and I play like a tour response. And my buddy's trying to sell me on this Max Fly ball that got really highly rated on my Golf Spy, and Dix has a deal on him. You get 4 dozen for a great deal. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. He's talking me through it. I'm like, maybe I would think that. And then he started going, and also Kirkland. And I stopped him pretty quick. And I'm just like, I hear you, dude. I don't even need to hear it. I just don't think I'm not going to play a Kirkland. I respect it, but I'm not getting into it. And
I
Amazon is a
respect it.
peg below that.
Yeah.
So it's just I can't wait to see who's pulling those out.
I know golf's expensive, but even I'd go up like, dude, if you're rocking a Vice, a Kirkland, and an Amazon ball, like you might need to be thinking about why you're golfing.
Maybe you just like walks, maybe you just want to go for a hike.
Yeah. Adam's not here to defend himself because he's the one that'll get out of a bet and says, like, my bet's against the golf course. I'm like, I feel like that's something like a bad golfer would say. That's not.
I was actually thinking earlier when I was looking at this ball, I was like, man, Adam probably would have played this a year ago.
Oh,
He probably would have had a bag full of balls.
if
Bag
they
full of
had any
basics?
market research, they would be sending him dozens right now. A speckled basic, Adam would be all over it. But no, I don't know. Maybe little Bezos faces like the speckled balls. That'd be cool. Oh, guys, that was a good little. I feel good now. That was a couple
Yeah,
good little random topics. So I'm gonna transition into our Halloween specific portion of the podcast, right? So again, a couple of these came in from the lettuce heads, a couple came in from you guys, a couple came in from me. We're just gonna random grab them. I'm not even gonna do them in order, so we can't be prepared. But I'm gonna start with the first one that is. I honestly think it's the scariest proposition that I've ever been asked.
Holy shit.
Are you ever going to be better at golf in the future than your best golf that you have played?
That is a great question. That
How
And
about
on
it
to
is
the hold on.
year?
On to the next question.
Yeah,
No, I said it makes you pause and it really makes you think. Mr. Golfberg, what do you kind of like to be our philosopher sometimes too? What are your thoughts when you hear that?
Golf is such a journey. Obviously, we all know this, and you do get better the more and more you play. And I like, because I'm convinced still that even though I can't be I guess I was more of an athlete 20 years ago, but my mental game's better now. And so I honestly don't know how to answer the question other than I think my best golf has to be ahead of me. But you do wonder what your limiting factors are. And man, time's ticking fast. So yeah, I'm scared. I don't have a good answer, and I am scared. Thank you.
Jewel, what are we thinking?
I've been thinking about this one a lot this year. Like I played some really good golf last year. This year's been very mediocre. But I kind of agree with Golfberg. With speed training, equipment changes. I think the future looks good for us. You guys have great short games. I feel like my short game's getting better. I think the 40s is going to be a good time for me.
Man, you guys both kind of hit on it, but the way I frame it, the mind fuck of it all is golf, there's just endless things you learn. And the more you play and the older you get, and you get this experience. But as you get this like mental capability, you slowly lose physical capability. And that dichotomy is just really hard to grapple with because you don't know. Like I'm a little younger than you guys, not only by a couple years, but I can tell like just those little aches, they creep up with you. You know, this whole that it's like, man, I'm like swinging out of my shoes and hitting the ball great, but I'm like, man, I'm like 10 yards back of where I used to be already here. It's like, so you blink in 10 years and you're another 15 yards back. So there is this time. I know that golf gives you the ability to eventually move up, but it's like, I truly think I will be better at golf at some point in the next 5 years than what my peak has ever been. But I think my ceiling of what I could be is constrained because you're just going to have physical limitation, but
Yeah,
then it's going to rapidly fall off, isn't
you're
it?
right. Like the highs are going to be higher, but that floor, that consistency of just being able to go out every day and just bang out numbers, like probably not going to have that same
Yeah.
consistency. Because it takes like an hour to get loose now too. That's a whole
Then
other thing.
it's insane. It really does. Like you got to take the warm up serious. I hit balls yesterday. I even got a for the listening audience, I'm holding
Yeah.
a band-aid
Jeez.
here because I never
Aw.
really hit balls, and I just like rubbed my finger, a little mini blister. This freaking 19-year-old comes out, you know, he's probably like a 15 handicap, but he's swinging 125 miles per hour. He's hitting driver on his third ball and just like full ripping. And he hits one, he goes, "That was smoked." I mean, it was nowhere, it was like nowhere on the grid. He goes, "That was smoked. I'm ready." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, my body, I'd be in hospice if I did that." But speaking of, you know, that was a little bit maybe too dark, but it is a Halloween episode. But okay, all right, I like that one. I think that was a good one to start with. Maybe something a little lighter, something mysterious kind of going on in the world of golf. This
Okay.
one came in actually from a listener that they said, "What's the deal with the last group cutting the KP, the closest to the pin, in almost like every event they've ever been in?" And it got me thinking. So I did a little market research, asked guys, I was like, "Man, what's going on with these KPs and these big events?" It's like, and I had like 50% of the people go, "Oh, it's all bullshit. If you got to pay, I won't even be in it because the last group always cuts it by an inch or a foot." So we got any thoughts on what's going on in the mysterious world of closest to the pins in these tournaments?
Man, golfers can be sketchy. I bet most of those guys that win it on the last hole are using Amazon Basics golf balls.
That could be.
I had
Mr.
no idea people were cheating on closest to the pins.
I didn't either.
It's just like you think I've seen it so many times in events where that final group comes in because the final group brings in the little placard, and there's that guy that was like on the third hole that's like 3 feet 2 inches, and then there's just one like, "Oh, he was like a ball inside of you." It seems to happen pretty often.
Maybe these guys got it right. These tournaments are total bullshit. Everyone's cheating. Everyone's buying the red strings and the friggin' birdie packages. So they're like, "Fuck it, dude. Just take the prize."
I
There's
think
like
that's
Scotty
the right.
Cameron on the line.
Or they'll be like close to it and be like, "Dude, there's no way this guy didn't do it
Yeah.
a half a putter closer than it really was."
They
So,
probably cheated, so
yes.
I'm allowed to cheat a little bit.
That's it.
Unreal, man.
It
Golf's the
is.
worst.
Yeah. I think anything with a prize, if it's a real event, just needs to have somebody like monitoring the situation just to avoid any of that at all costs.
Maybe we should participate in a scramble and cheat and win every single prize. And then at the end, when they announce it, we'll take the prizes, then we'll give them back. But hey, look,
Yeah,
we're just kidding. We just
yeah.
want to show you guys what you do. How do you feel?
We just want to show you that we're like a security protocol. Like we're just testing the system.
You want to make this even scarier, though? I mean,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
living a life like that. Like you are tempting the golf gods. What's scarier than the friggin' golf gods, man? That's tempting fate. Cursing yourself for life.
Is it really worth a dozen Amazon Basic golf balls as your prize? That's probably what they're giving out at most of these. So, okay, what do you think? What do you think spookier if you saw this? We've talked about logos a lot. But here's the specific one. What is the bigger offense? What's scaring the shit out of you?
Right.
Multiple logos at once. So like our guy Ted wearing 5 logos at one time. Non-ironically, however you say that. Multiple logos at once, but you've played them all. Or one logo, but you've never been to the course.
Was this scary, spooky? What's the
This is what's spookier.
man, that's spooky. Well, what I don't like, I don't know if it's spooky, but it's dumb to wear a golf course logo of a course you haven't played. The other day, I was just golfing with a friend, and he goes, "Hey, you play Pebble Beach?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." What are you talking about? And I realized, oh, I was wearing a Pebble Beach shirt.
Ah,
And it's like, what an awkward conversation. Like, what are you even
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, it's on your friggin' clothes, man.
so yeah, no, I get it. But is
That's spooky.
that is spooky, but is it spookier than like rolling out 4 or 5 different logos?
How do you even do that? You got belt, hat, shirt. Where else?
Well, they got
Socks.
the belts with the
shorts.
multiple logos.
Ted had socks, shorts, belt, polo, hat, all different logos. All of them were top 25 courses in the United States.
Oh my gosh. Ted gets a pass, it sounds like, but
Yeah.
that's really hard. How's
Yeah.
that possible?
Yeah. I honestly think it's wearing multiple logos at once is just, I don't get it. I think I'm going to that one. I just even though I've been firm in the camp of what you said, Golfberg, of I just don't understand the logic behind wearing a logo you haven't worn because of that situation. Someone talks to you about it. Is it the biggest deal in the world? No, I just don't get it. But the multiple logos at once, I just find it to be it's a little too spooky.
Yeah, a little too
Okay.
spooky.
A little too spooky. Okay, let's talk about maybe a
I got a
let's
random
hear-
one.
okay, random. Okay, none planned. Do it.
This falls under the cursed category.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you curse yourself? And this one actually really bugs me, and I wish Adam was here to talk about it too. Jewel, I want to know your take. Talking about a heater mid-round. Is this, I mean, you really got something good going. And I know golfers, what they want to do is kind of close up and no one mention what's happening here. I don't even want to write my scores down for a few holes. I just want to see what's happening here. But I've always been of the mind that you got to kind of just like scream it to the heavens, like let it know what's happening. Like there's nothing holding me back. I'm not going to let anything get in my way. But karma's weird. And I don't know. What's your guys' take on that? Do you curse
So
yourself?
I agree
by
with you,
talking?
dude. I like the idea of embracing it. I think I've changed lately. Like you got a couple birdies in a row, you mention it to the groups, like, all right, boys, we're about to go for 3 or 4. You got to embrace it. Otherwise, it's going to get in your head. So probably getting it out is a better way to play it.
I don't do that, but I think I agree with you guys. Hate to do bad podcasts, but maybe that's the move of like, guys, I'm on a fucking heater right now. We're gonna ride this train as long as the heater will last. Because I'm like what you described, Aaron, of more let's not recognize it's just golf. Like, okay, it just who cares? But I understand that it's kind of like the golf god / jinx in it type of mentality of like, don't, just stay in the moment, stay
yeah.
present.
It's like if you're on a heater, is it happening to you or are you making it happen?
Yeah, I think our guy Scott Fawcett would just say you're just the standard deviation on the positive, and it's all going to regress to the to the mean. But that's
That
not
guy. That guy
fun.
must get laid a lot with comments like that.
Yeah.
Standard deviations, baby.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe just have more fun when it's happening.
That's what I
but
think.
Yeah,
Start taking bets from the group. Like, hey guys, I got 2 in a row. Who wants to take a third?
There you go.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, that's just start doubling down. Yeah, let it ride, baby. A good one, dude. That was off the cuff. Oh, a curse
good.
too. Ooh. And I kind of have this one I wasn't going to tee up, but that's kind of adjacent to it. Terrifying outcomes. What's the worst score to shoot in golf?
I know what my wife would say.
What? I don't.
She literally told me this one. She thinks 60. She's most scared that I'll shoot 69 from time to time because she thinks there's like a quid pro quo with it.
Oh. You just come on. Guess what I shot?
Any golfer
know
comes
what's
home
going-
with a 69, it's like all of a sudden their wife, "Oh, buckle up." I know what
Oh
this
gosh.
mofo's asking
Gosh,
for.
I guess we
Kel.
should have put a disclaimer on this one. There's going to be some no
Jeez,
kids can
Kel.
listen to this one. Now, if a kid knows what that even means, then they can listen to it.
6'9".
Right? Yeah,
That's
that's
the difference.
all right. So, Jewel, what do you have a thought on the most terrifying score? What score do you hate to shoot?
I don't really have a thought on this one. I mean, 80 would suck.
Yeah, that's.
I'd hate
How
to
about
shoot
90
something outside
though?
the 70s.
Yeah, I know that this is a dumb question just because like it's relative to the golfer. So like what skill level you are, and like we're fortunate to be on the lower end of handicaps. But I would say because Adam again, he isn't here. I love just spit roasting the guy who isn't here. He sent us a random text the other day. That's how this came up of what's a worse score? Or what's harder to shoot, 68 or 71? Is that what the question was?
Yeah,
And we were all like,
What?
68. I think his premise was like, just shooting one under is more annoying than shooting 68. And we were just so it's like harder to do. I was like, what are you talking about? But anyways, glad he's here, not here to defend himself on that random nonsense as well. But I really think for me, the score that I truly hate the most is 74.
Oh,
It seems like you just kind of like scrounged it together, but was never really around that you were going to be under par. In like 75, 76, I feel like it's like, I hit 2 balls OB today and it was one of those days, guys. I just threw a 77 out there. It happens. But 74 is like, were you even trying? I just kind of get stuck in that limbo land of, and then my backup was 72. If it's a par 72,
Well-
shooting par is just, I've been doing it a lot lately, which sounds like a humble brag, but I've just limped in. I haven't like backdoored a lot of pars. It's been like I've been 2, 3, 4 deep, and I just limp into an even par round. So I don't like that. But
Well,
yeah,
maybe the way you're doing it, because let's pay a little bit of respect to 72. It's
Yeah.
probably the classiest number in golf. It's probably the classiest number out there in general. 72
Yeah.
is sick, but it does get annoying as hell when you're one friggin' golf swing away from breaking par, especially because we like to honor each other with a flag from a real course. You could look behind us.
Yep.
See the flags of some of our conquests. So yeah, 72 can feel very, very frustrating, but it's also classy.
It is. Maybe
Um,
70 is worse than 72, just because like you couldn't just you
70.
couldn't cash in that 69 and go home.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's a different level when you get into the 60s. It's such a
It-
different feeling.
It is crazy. Like I don't even think 80. Like I know breaking 80 is a huge deal for a lot of people. So if you shoot 79, let us know. We'll celebrate you. But I think there is a massive mental difference when the scores get posted and there's a 69 versus a 70. Because I feel like once you're shooting in the 60s, people just associate it with like,
Greatness.
oh, you're the real deal. Like you didn't fluke that one, even though it's one stroke. But okay, cool. I like
Yeah.
that one. That one turned out pretty good.
I think 70 is the worst score.
70.
Scariest.
It gradually got better throughout the conversation for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're here to do, to uncover the
Wait,
great
didn't we
things.
start? Because we started by saying 69 was the scariest score, and now I've decided maybe it's the best score.
Yeah, that's there you go. It kind of came full circle.
Yeah,
But you said it was just the scariest for your wife. Just
a
to be-
good point. I like it. I'm happy with it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some haunted aspects of golf culture. A little haunted golf culture. Okay. I took a couple notes here of I think the worst thing that is just absolutely haunted, and we gotta get the Ghostbusters in here to get rid of it, is double bag caddies and double cart fees are like, so let me be clear. You pay the same amount for a double bag caddy as you do a single bag caddy. And you get like a third to 25% of the service. And then in a cart, you both pay the full cart fee, whether you got a solo cart or 2 people are riding. And I think these are just 2 things that golf courses started to do like decades ago, and it stuck with us. But there probably needs to be a revolt of like, you know what? neither of these pass the logic test.
It's like bag fees. Cart fees are one of the most disgusting things in golf. It is so annoying and chintzy. And
Yeah.
like, here's your round, and now I'm adding $25 to it. It's
Yeah.
like you show up to the course, you should get some range balls and you get your cart if that's what they do there. Like, just charge more and give more shit. Because it feels worse with all the upcharges at the end. Like, you're at a
Yeah.
nice course and and it's gonna be $11 for your 12 range balls. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Just charge me a little more.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
That's
Jewel?
haunted.
Get rid of green fee and cart fee in general. Just call it a round of golf for $120 instead of breaking it into those two buckets. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I think the problem is like courses, oh, well, what if I'm walking? I don't know. I just the more you can simplify things, or maybe that's a take. Maybe that's a nuclear take. Like your course needs to either be a walking course or a riding course. There's no there's no option.
Well, it doesn't really work that well together when you've got carts
It's
pressing people walking. It's not the best.
it's happened in some morning groups we had at my local club of, you get 3 walkers in a group of 24. And
Mhm.
like they play fast as shit, but they're walking, and there's a couple holes with massive groups in between. I get it. You could just hop on a cart for a hole, but then it's like, then 2 guys are in a cart and they're up to their ball, and this asshole's walking up by himself. So I don't know. It is a weird oil and water mix when they're happening simultaneously.
Yeah, I kind
Um,
of like the blocks of time for walkers in the morning, stopping at like 10 o'clock, tee off, and then it goes to carts only,
yeah,
something like that.
and we're zooming.
You don't save money if you're walking. You just get to
I'm
burn
st-
more
It's
calories.
funny you guys went to
Yeah.
that one. I'm proud of you, especially you, Golfberg. You
Mm.
kind of blew over the double bag caddy versus single bag, because that's one of my. So I know we've kind of made a decision. Most places we're not going to use a caddy unless it's mandatory, anyways. But I'll say for sure, if it's a double bag caddy, and I totally understand the economics and why a caddy wants to do it. But I was glad Shane Bacon brought it up on the pod of like, it's bullshit to say it's the same thing. Like I've had single bag caddy and it's pretty awesome. And I've had double bag caddy, and one of two things happens. It either sucks or one person just totally gets the shaft. So yeah, I think that we need to change something in the economics on that. Any thoughts on the double bag? Or are we good?
Caddies are cursed.
Caddies are cursed. That might be the title of the episode.
Okay.
How many more do we got here? I think I only got one more teed up. Guys, nightmares. Okay. By the way, question. Do you consider a nightmare a subset of dreams, or is a nightmare a separate thing?
What a fun question.
Well, I've never
It's
asked
literally
myself
just
that.
I was in a alternate meeting before this, and for some reason this actually came up, and I was like, that's actually a pretty interesting topic.
It's
Now I
definitely a
understand what's going
subset.
on over there.
Okay, it's a subset. I agree with that.
Hmm.
It's a subset. Like dreams are the overarching thing,
Yeah.
and nightmares. Okay. Okay. Well, on to the question. So, nightmare swing thoughts. You guys got any that just haunt you, that you think are pervasive in the game? What's going on, Jewel? What are your thoughts on this? What are your swing
I
thoughts
think
on this?
every spring I come out of the winter after I've taken a little break and I get the hooks out of nowhere. You guys know I play a fade like, predominantly. Every
Yeah.
now and then I can shape it right to left, but would rather not. I have the hooks for like a full month.
Mm.
And it is an awful feeling to not know that you're taking half the course out when that's what you do the rest of the time of the year. So the hooks are pretty bad. And I think the rest of golf culture probably is the chipping yips. That one sticks with a lot of people I know. And that I've had them before, and they're pretty freaking scary thinking you have to take a putter off the green at 20 yards out.
Well, hold on. I want to talk about that one, but I want to go back to your hooks. How many rounds do you think you have to play where you don't see the hook to where it's been eliminated from the brain?
At least 3.
Yeah. Yeah. One's definitely not it. And even two, it's dude. And I asked that because I was driving the ball for me really, really, really well, basically July through like 2 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden, like, you just had a round. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, you just like, I've never done it. And now, and it hit me. It was like, well, what was I doing before? I just didn't have a swing thought. I was just setting up and swinging. And now I'm like, am I too open? Am I too outside? Because then people, the worst is when fucking guys that golf with you. Sorry, Aaron, unsolicited golf advice, but guys that I don't have respect for their input say, oh, you were outside on that one. I'm like, oh, was I outside? Like I swing every fucking time in my life that I take the club outside. Was I too outside? I was like, dude, oh, I was outside. That's why I fucking hit it off the shaft of the club and it went, 50 yards right. So anyway, sorry, I got a little personal on that one. So, Aaron, any nightmare swing thoughts you ever deal with?
No, the scariest. I think swing thoughts are generally okay. Shows you're in the game. You got to work through shit, and you got to own a thought for a while, and then realize how that morphs over time. And now I'm into a new thought. It led to something else. The scariest swing thought I've ever had, and this is a true story. I had to take 18 months off of golf one time. It wasn't even injury related. If you can imagine that. I got back on the range and I picked up the club. I remember it, and I stood over the ball. My mind was blank. I didn't know what to do. That felt fucking scary. I just was like, I think I just pull the club back and kind of keep my head down. And, it takes a minute to get big. I've been like, I've been out of the game way too long. I got no swing thoughts. Imagine that.
I would say it's my biggest issue in golf is if I take like a week off of not swinging and then I hit the first ball and it's bad, my brain almost does what you did of like, oh, I forgot. It doesn't matter that I've been playing for 30 years. Like I forgot everything. Like, is my grip wrong? Is it? And I say that not to elicit a laugh, but if you are listening to this and you're rolling your eyes at the scratch golfers or whatever, everyone, you hear Max Homa talk about this of like, you know, and I believe him because he has some pitfalls of, he's like, dude, I freak out every time I hit my first golf ball that I'm going to lose it. And I think that it's more prevalent in a lot of players than you think.
Dude, it took 30 minutes to get there. This is it. This is the scariest part of golf, I think, for anyone. It just this thought, because I've had it constantly, and I've had to like tell myself, you're way better than you think. It's not just going to go away. You have your Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours in for sure of practice. Like I have a ton of muscle memory, but you still think like I might just get up there and just not have a clue what's going to happen and just start shanking. And it's crazy. It's a real mind game.
God, dude, I was going to play this afternoon. I don't even want to.
It's too scary. Some updates.
Yeah, I'm kind of being serious.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the thing is like the swing thoughts, man, like it's that fine line. Like you're grooving when you have that one thing that is kind of clicks and you just do it and it's kind of your sequence. I've read this true story. I don't think I've ever talked about it on the pod. The best tournament I played locally was a club championship in 2021. And humble brag, I shot 67 in the opening round, and I blew it on the 17th round hole of the second round to lose. But my swing thought, this is not even a swing thought as much. Like we were watching Moana in the household, like crazy. It was like kind of in that weird COVID tweener period. And I'm going to actually delete that out so I don't get flagged again from YouTube. So it was 21. We were in that kind of weird period where people were, coming out of quarantine, and the kids were watching Moana on repeat for like a week straight. I say the kid at the time. So in my head, as I set up my timing mechanism, literally I set up and I went, Moana, make way. And I went here and swung and make way. And then I swung, and it was my tempo for the entire weekend. And it worked like a charm. And I tried every single time after that for like 3 weeks, and it was terrible. But it's funny how insane golfers can be. And like when something works, you just want to repeat it. By the way, did I hit the notes? Make way.
Make way. Make way.
No, that's a good point, because whenever I play my best rounds, I've got a good song in my head, and I had a really good round recently, and it was a Taylor Swift song from the new album because Ella's listening to it like every single day.
It's tempo.
And I like some of it, but it's like, damn it, why does this song stuck here?
Yeah, but if it is and it's working, I know, but I think there's
going. You keep.
I think there's something about tempo to the music. I know a lot of guys like blasting music when they play golf. I don't necessarily always love that, but I think in your head, there's something about tempo and rhythm and just kind of not being technically focused, but being more timing focused. There's some there. Maybe I need to have lettuce. That lettuce. That's pretty good. That lettuce. And then you fire. I'm going to try it today. I'm just being dead ass serious.
That's pretty good. You know what my swing thought was last time I played? I tried for the first time. Not doing sort of not really swing that, but I'm not doing practice swings.
Oh, okay.
But thinking that like you try too hard to figure out your swing ahead of time and stop it. Like you already know how to swing the friggin' club. Just like think about the shot and then go hit it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Maybe you can try that this afternoon too. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think I can do that
lettuce
one.
and no practice swings.
I do like doing most of my. I do like trying to be as close to thoughtless over the ball and just being in my setup. But I do think, but I think in the practice, like, this is the feel, the feel versus real, the Justin Rose and the Alex Noren, the ridiculous laid off, chest touching the ground. That's the feel. And then the swing looks nothing like it. But okay, cool.
Real quick, let's go on a quick tangent. This leads me in another direction, chasing. Another really scary concept in golf because I've been there the last month.
Oh, would you mean like Michael Myers?
Like Michael Myers
chasing you? Chasing you? Is there any other villains that go pretty fast? But okay, chasing.
Just like when all of a sudden all golf turns into is scores. It's just like I need to personal best here, or I'm trying to make a hole in one. And it's like every time I get out, I'm not even practicing anymore. It's just like I'm going to play. Oh, things are going bad. Shit, I'm not as engaged now. It's a really bad feeling. It's like not the place you want to be. It's not the pure spot for golf. So
I promise you, I'm trying to actively listen. That whole time you talk in my head, I just start thinking of Halloween characters and the Freddy song. 1, 2, Freddy's good. While you were doing that, I said 1, 2, bogey's coming for you. 3, 4, or 3, 4, or what would I say? I fucked it up. It was something about 3, 4 OB on the. I don't know.
3, 4, yeah.
I just have to cut this whole scene, but it's okay. You knew it was good.
That is good.
Yeah, it was. I was trying to actively listen, but my head just went down a real rabbit hole.
I was daydreaming about Aaron going to all the par threes on his golf course back and forth as fast as he possibly could all day long.
How quickly can a daydream go into a nightmare if he made it by himself? Dun, dun, dun.
No kidding.
All right, guys.
Anybody out there?
As fun as this is, we do hope all the lettuce heads out there have a wonderful Halloween. All right, Jewel, Mr. Golfberg, anything you got to get off your chest before we say bye to the lettuce heads? Let them go enjoy their trick-or-treating.
If you see any of those zombie rangers on the course, just run. Do not get close. Get in your cart and get the fuck out of there as fast as you can. Don't trust those guys.
Yeah, that's a good one. Jewel, yeah, that's a lot to follow up.
If you see Mr. Golfberg, please sign up for your first free AI training session.
Yes, that's there you go. So we gave you some pro tips. We gave you some survival skills there. If you see the zombie rangers, honestly, let's be real, most of them are pretty close to being zombies anyways, but that's another topic. But all right, for Goldie, for Jewel, for Golfberg, lettuce heads, we will see you next week, and most importantly, stay plugged.
Peace out.
Peace.
AI golf coach.
Hey, only one Firefox crash.
Oh.